name is Lee Weidner. I'm a Hellertown native. Think 1926 to 1946. Morris Dimmick became elected as the Chief Burgess of Hellertown and served during the difficult time of the Great Depression and World War II. Behind me is Dimmick Park, which Morris Dimmick acquired from the Bethlehem Steel Company, and in 1933 he was able to achieve funds from the Franklin Roosevelt administration in Washington, D.C., who sponsored the WPA Works Progress Administration for communities to develop civic areas. This was able to put many people in Hellertown to work who had lost their jobs. This was all done and completed by 1939, and it was a great success for Hellertown. Not only that, but Morris Dimmick was the very first participant in the WPA program. He applied first for funds. He received funds first in America, and the project was completed first in America. And then as you look across the street, you see what I think is the best municipal pool in the Lehigh Valley, completed in 1939 as the final example of WPA funds.
On October 2nd, 1966, Hellertown dedicated this park as the Morris J. Dimmick Park to honor the man who was the prime mover behind its construction. Local dignitaries spoke, the high school band played, and over 500 people were in attendance. My brother Gary and I were here as members of the band. My Aunt Marcella Dimmick, Morris's daughter, unveiled the plaque. Marcella celebrated her 99th birthday on Monday and is with us here today. Morris, my grandfather, spoke and said, "I'm happy that I can take with me the thought of a great community. I assure you that what I have done was done not for reward or glory. I am deeply proud. I shall accept your gratitude, not for me alone, but for the good men who cooperated with me over the years." Morris joined the Northampton County Democratic Committee and participated in the affairs of the town informally. The town then had about 3,000 residents. It occupied mostly what is now the northern part of town. Streets were unpaved, save for Main Street, which had been paved in 1923. The merchants in town paid for paving the street. There was a small water system that had been acquired from Bethlehem around 1918. There were no sewers. Hellertown then, as today, was landlocked. There was plenty of open farmland in the town, but it was not considered developable, and there were no improved streets. During World War I, Bethlehem Steel made a lot of money manufacturing ships, cannon, and other war materials for the Allies. In those days, Bethlehem Steel was one of the largest steel makers and armaments manufacturers in the world. Some of their earnings were used to buy land locally for future use. The land now occupied by Dimmick Park and Mountain View was a part of Steel's purchases. In 1924, Morris used his contacts at Bethlehem Steel to convince Steel to sell about 18 acres of this land to the borough for $1. This park, the firehouse, and the swimming pool now occupy this land. The town was not growing, but he and others believed that it would grow, and Morris believed that open space would become more scarce and that the town needed to set space aside for recreation. All that existed here at the time was Rensheimer Farm, with its 2 farmhouses and the hen farm, whose barn and farmhouse are now the clubhouse at the Silver Creek Country Club. The land purchased from Steel was open fields. It sloped upward from Durham Street to what is now Magnolia Road. It had the same grade that Constitution Avenue and Tobias Drive have now. The land was called the East End Recreational Center. The town had no money for improvements, so the land was left as fields. It was used for sandlot baseball, picnics, and other outdoor recreation. The park stayed in this state for about 6 or 7 years. In 1929, the stock market crashed, the Great Depression began, and many workers lost their jobs. Many of these approached Morris looking for work. The county provided some unemployment assistance, but these men did not wish to be on the dole. They wanted to work and to earn their money. My grandfather realized that he could use more workers on his street projects. He also felt that if he could get enough help, the East End Recreational Center could be developed into a real park. In 1931, he approached the county government and said that he could put unemployed men to work if the county would continue its financial support of the men. The county agreed. Work on this park, and what is now Reservoir Park, began, and work on the streets continued. The first thing to do here was to level the ground. The workers began to remove about 20,000 cubic yards of ground to create the level expanse of today. The county paid the workmen and the borough provided the tools, shovels, picks, and wheelbarrows. Since Hellertown already had a project going, it quickly qualified for WPA funds. The town became the first municipality in Pennsylvania to do so. Between 1931 and 1939, Hellertown received about $1.5 million for its parks. This paid for moving the earth for this park and another reportedly 15,000 cubic yards for the pool. The projects employed up to 150 men at a time, earning $15 a day. Over 234,000 man-hours were used to build this park's baseball field, a grandstand seating 2,100 people, the pavilion, a football field, a soccer field, and a macadam area for tennis, basketball, and ice skating. The pool, holding 750,000 gallons of water, was, at the time, the largest in the Lehigh Valley. Building it, along with the bathhouse, the terrace, and the chlorination building, used an additional 27,000 man-hours. The improved East End Recreational Center was dedicated on July 1, 1939. Speakers included Herbert D. Kless, President of Borough Council, Congressman Francis E. Walter, after whom the Francis E. Walter Dam in the Poconos is named, Major B. M. Harlow, Assistant WPA Administrator and Chief Engineer, and Morris. At the dedication, Morris said, "The hope and vision some of us have steadfastly maintained for 15 years has become a reality. The park we are now completing contains every facility for wholesome recreation and enjoyment, an essential for modern life. Some of the greatest assets a community can have are health, comfort, and contentment among its citizenry, and it is the duty of officials to so provide within its financial ability. The park, as constructed, is but physical evidence of our trust in the youth of the community and signifies our interpretation of preparedness for the security of the future of Hellertown."
In 1934, 9 clubs from the supervisory plant force merged to create the Steel Club, promoting sports, social interaction, and fellowship among its members. The Gier-Coy Club, one of the 9 clubs, owned the land and a farmhouse northeast of Hellertown that served as the Steel Club's first clubhouse.
Our borough is in a unique position financially when you consider our accomplishment under the WPA program, and is the envy of all other boroughs. For your information, we have had 28 WPA projects approved totaling $1.5 million. The amount of federal material received cost $85,000. The borough's contributions to these projects was only 17%. We know it has been said and is still being asked, why did we build a park and swimming pool, or why was not all this money used to install a sewer system? The answer is very simple. First, in defense of the park, let me say no city or borough can have too many park and recreational facilities. This is a modern necessity for health and pleasure. Our swimming pool, since it was opened, has paid the expense of the entire park. No tax money was ever used for park operation. Our revenue from the pool increased every year. Until this year, the gross receipts were in excess of $15,000 with a profit of $5,000. During the 6 years the pool was opened, 125,112 individual admissions have used the pool. This record speaks for itself as to its need. Second, to build a sewer system, you must have plans and specifications which require about 6 months of engineering work. You must secure approval from the federal health department, approval from the state health department, and you must be able to show you are able to finance it. This requires more months of time. None of these things we're able to show. After you have the pipe in the ground, you must run the sewage somewhere to a disposal plant. Saucon Creek, Saucon Park, Bethlehem City. Who can remember 1931, 32, 33, when we were working day and night to secure food, clothing, shoes, blankets, fuel, and the necessities of life for our citizens lined up at the council room? Our merchants could no longer carry our people on credit. Along came the Emergency Work Relief Program to put men to work immediately so they could eat. No time to waste in making long-range engineering plans. No time to waste in arranging financing. No time to waste in securing approvals. The only place to put men to work at once was a park, as the plans could be developed while the work went on. Here, we employed upwards of 250 men and produced a payroll of $178,000. At a time our merchants and businessmen were crying for business and our citizens in dire need of food. Even if the park had never been opened, its real purpose was accomplished by providing the employment so sorely needed. The borough's investment in the park is very small and has already been repaid to us many times in the pleasure and health it affords. In conclusion, let me say a borough can advance only to the extent of the will of its citizens. Whether it's your business or community, you must believe in it to succeed. Organized groups such as yours can contribute much to that success by their interest in civic affairs, and to this end, we know you are cooperating. I thank you for this opportunity and wish to extend you every success.